Welcome to Aksharashala. In this video, we are going to discuss about monostable multivibrator as a voltage to time converter, or it is also called as pulse width modulator. And let us see the operation of emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. Monostable multivibrator as a voltage to time converter. This figure is the circuit diagram of a monostable multivibrator as a voltage to time converter. This is the original diagram of collector coupled monostable multivibrator. Here this resistor R is directly connected to VCC, whereas here this resistor R is connected to an additional voltage source, auxiliary voltage source V. This is the basic difference between these two circuits, except that everything is same. Here if we apply KVL in output loop, VCC minus I1 RC equivalent VCE sat. From this I1 RC equivalent VCC minus VCE sat, then you will get drop across RC. So I1 RC is given by VCC minus VCE sat. Now let us write a basic equation for exponential rising waveform. The basic equation for exponential rising waveforms is given by final output voltage minus initial output voltage multiplied by e power minus t by tau, where tau is the time constant at which it will rise. So here final output voltage is VB2. So VF equivalent VB2 equivalent final output voltage of VB2 equivalent V. So VF equivalent V. Substitute all these values. VF equivalent V and V in equivalent VBE minus VB sat minus I1 RC. Just I am substituting those values here. So V in equivalent VB sat minus I1 RC multiplied by e power minus t by tau. So value of I1 RC just now only we calculated. I1 RC equivalent VCC minus VC sat. Substitute this value in above equation. Then we will get VB2 equivalent V minus bracket V minus VB sat minus, just expand this equation. So we will get this expression. Then VB2 equivalent, so V minus of minus VCC. So you can minus plus V plus VCC minus VB sat plus VC sat into e power minus t by tau. This expression you will get for the base potential of transistor. Then at t equivalent to capital T equivalent to capital T, at this point VB2 will become V gamma. Substitute this value in above equation. So VB2 equivalent V gamma at T equivalent to capital T. So V gamma equivalent, same expression again you have to write, where small t is replaced by capital T. Now write expression for e power t by tau as subject. Just bring this term to left side and rewrite the expression. You will get this expression V plus VCC minus VB sat plus VC sat by V minus V gamma. Now neglecting junction voltages. Here junction voltages are VB sat, VC sat and cut-in voltage. All these are called junction voltages. These are very small compared to V plus VCC. That's why you can neglect these junction voltages. Junction voltages and cut-in voltage. Cut-in voltage V gamma. Then what we will get? E power capital T by tau equivalent V plus VCC by V only. Now define log on both sides. Then capital and send this tau to right side. What we will get? Capital T equivalent tau into log V plus VCC by V. So here tau is pulse width. Pulse width. Pulse width. And divide this V plus VCC by V. V by V 1 plus VCC by V. Here pulse width T, pulse width of base potential is a function of additional voltage source V. Just by changing the value of V, we can vary the pulse width. We can vary the pulse width. For this reason, so here see, thus the pulse width is a function of this auxiliary voltage source. For this reason, monostable multivibrator shown here is called voltage to time converter. So just by if you vary this additional voltage source, pulse width can be varied. The process of varying the width of the pulse by varying the voltage is called pulse width modulation. For this pulse width modulation, monostable circuit is best suitable circuit. Now let us see another topic, the emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. So far we have seen collector coupled monostable multivibrator. In monostable multivibrator, second one is the emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. Let us see its configuration and operation. This is the circuit diagram of emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. It differs from the this is collector coupled monostable multivibrator. This is emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. Here in this, two emitters are coupled to each other and connected to ground through a common emitter resistance. Here two emitters are directly connected to ground. One more thing, in collector coupled monostable multivibrator, output of second stage is connected to the base of first stage. Here output of second stage is not connected to the base of first stage. Here it is not connected. This is the basic difference. Instead of that, one here emitters are connected to the ground through a common emitter resistance. The drop across RE provides feedback to the circuit. One more difference is here base of the transistor Q1 is connected to minus VBB power supply. Here base of the transistor Q1 is connected to some external triggering signal. So there is no need for a negative power supply in case of emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. These are the basic differences between collector coupled monostable multivibrator and emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. Here signal at C2 signal at collector of transistor Q2 is not directly involved in the feedback loop. This collector makes an ideal point. This collector makes an ideal point from which to obtain an output voltage waveform VCN2. Here we can take output voltage, and this output voltage is in turn used to drive other circuits. Since here base of transistor Q1 is not connected to any other point, it is made some ideal point. So at this point we can inject external triggering signal to induce change in the circuit, to induce the change in the state of the circuit. External triggering is applied at the base of the transistor Q1. Hence this triggering source triggering source is directly connected to the base of the transistor Q1, so it cannot load the circuit. The gate width of a multi-vibrator, one shot means another name for monostable multi-vibrator. The gate width or pulse width can be controlled through current flowing through RC1. So here gate width is the function of I1. If I1 is stabilized, if I1 is constant, we can control the gate width or pulse width of the monostable multivibrator. In case of collector coupled multivibrator, it is not possible to stabilize I1. This I1 in collector coupled monostable multivibrator, it is not possible to control collector current which is flowing through RC1. But in emitter coupled monostable multivibrator, the presence of emitter resistance, RE serves to stabilize I1 flowing through RC1. The current I1 may be adjusted through the bias voltage V. So just by we can adjust the collector current from the external voltage source V. Then pulse width T can be varied linearly with external voltage V. Hence an emitter coupled configuration makes an excellent gate wave generator. So here pulse width is under the control of external voltage. So your required pulse width you can get from this configuration. It is not possible with collector coupled monostable multivibrator to get required waveform with the required pulse width. It is possible only with emitter coupled configuration. So this wave width easily and linearly controllable by means of an external signal. So these are the waveforms of emitter coupled monostable multivibrator. This is the output which is obtained at the collector of transistor Q2, and this is output which is taken at the collector of first stage. So these two are complement to each other. If it is at 0, this is at logic 1. If it is at logic 1, it is at 0. So these two are complement to each other. This is the waveform taken before T equivalent to 0 minus. This is the waveform at the base of transistor Q2 to ground. And this is the emitter voltage which is used to stabilize current flowing through RC1, that is I1, and feedback also provided by this drop across emitter resistance. For any queries, please contact aksharashala@gmail.com. Thank you.